Thank you. Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening. What is going on? Thank you so much. So much. Come on in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. I know I haven't done a live stream in a long time. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Did you? So, let me just put this out there. I don't go by a list. I don't have a list. Okay. I posted on Instagram and somebody said to me, "What? No Cheesecake Factory?" Listen, I want my birthday to be spent comfortable, happy, joyful. I can go to a five-star restaurant any day. It doesn't have to only be on occasion. And that's what people don't understand. Like, you should be able to go to any restaurant you want to whenever you feel like it, not just on a special occasion. And for me, spending time eating the food that I love and enjoy on my birthday is top tier in my eyes. Okay. I love the Cheesecake Factory. Where did I go tonight? Texas Roadhouse. I had a very, very, very juicy, delicious steak. And for the first time ever, I will never forget this because I've never done it before. But Tyrone, yes. If you guys go on Tyrone's channel, you will see that I got seated on the saddle at Texas Roadhouse. That was really interesting. So there's that. And they yeehawed away. But it was fun. It was fun, you guys. It really, really was fun. Get in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's chat. But that was really fun. I enjoyed my food. I enjoyed being with the love of my life. This morning, I got messages left and right from all of my friends singing to me, sending me messages since yesterday. Um, phone calls, well wishes. I'm truly grateful, y'all. Like, I don't need a five-star restaurant on my birthday. I don't need a whole bunch of gifts. I don't need anything like that. If you guys knew what I've been through in my life, trust me, getting older, you will start to understand how important it is to have substance in your relationships, in your friendships, in your family, in your personal life, having stability. Those are the things that matter to me now. Not gifts, not things that I can get on my own, but being able to be surrounded by people that I love, who celebrate me, who love me, that's important to me. That is like, money can't compare to that, in my opinion. I had a great day, y'all. I woke up this morning uh, feeling good to be alive. I felt great. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the Texas Roadhouse. Look, now. And maybe next time I'll go to the Cheesecake Factory. How about that? How about that? Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. I was trying to get to 100,000 subscribers this year, but maybe next year. I'm close though. I'm really close. I'm closer to where I was last year, so that's good. That's good. I don't know if this was a good time for me to go on a live stream, but it's Friday. People are out of work, hanging out. I don't have any plans other than going to the movies, but I'm still going to celebrate myself all weekend for the rest of the month, probably. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you guys. So tell me, what is going on? I haven't. Barton Donley. Oh, your birthday is tomorrow. You share a birthday with my uncle. So crazy birthday week on my end. So obviously my birthday's today, but I had two cousins who celebrated their birthday yesterday and the day before. So the 15th was one of my cousins. Yesterday, the 16th was one of my cousins. Today's me. Tomorrow's my uncle's birthday. The 22nd of this month is my parents' wedding anniversary, which is super duper exciting. They together now 43 years married. My older sister's mom, her birthday is the day after Thanksgiving. So shout out to all my Scorpios out there, y'all. Oh, look at that. See? Share my birthday with a lot of people. So feel free to ask me anything that you want regarding life, things that I've been through, maybe relationships, healing. I'm open to talking about that stuff because y'all, I'm a walking testimony. Okay, I have been through some ish, and I'm just glad that I don't look like what I've been through. And 41 feels amazing. 41 feels amazing. It really, really does. The third, the third of, it was the third or it is the third, Kenneth? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope you guys can hear me pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, this is like a month full of birthdays, y'all. A month full of birthdays. By the way, so November 3rd. Happy belated. You should feel good about it, Randall. You should feel absolutely good about it. Aw, you thought I was in my late 30s? Thank you. Appreciate it. Nah, I feel good, y'all. I feel good. I try my best to take care of myself. I really, really do. Um, I actually looked older a couple of years ago when I was going through a really bad time in my life. But I almost feel revived, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel more alive. I feel healthier. I feel happier. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel pretty damn good. 40, last year I don't know about genetics. I mean, you guys have seen my parents on a couple of videos, and my dad is turning 81 and he doesn't look it. And my mom um, just turned 70. So they don't look like their age at all. None of my, a lot of my family doesn't look it. Happy belated, Mark. Best friends is today. Happy birthday to your friend. Love from the UK. I would love to go to the UK one day. I guess thank you for that. Take that as a compliment. Jay, hard work. Thank you. Yes. So my dad is 81. He doesn't look it, right? He is still trucking. Thank God that, and he's been through a lot. Excuse me. He's been through a lot too. And my dad still has all his marbles. He is walking just fine on his own. He drives. He does everything still for my mom and all of us. So I'm grateful that he is as strong as he is. Yeah, God and genetics. Daggone right. Um, so, thank you. So I shared with you guys, I think I got the last time that I showed you guys something um Tyrone had given me. I think it was the Pandora charm. I think it was Groot, Baby Yoda. I have it. Yeah, I have a Baby Yoda. Well, yesterday we went, and y'all know I love Christmas, right? So we went back to Pandora and we got me a cute little Christmas mouse instead of a stocking. So that's what Tyrone got me for Christmas, which is super cute. There was a snowman. There was a snowman. Y'all know I go crazy for my snowman, but the snowman didn't have a face. And I was cracking up because I'm like, it just looks weird without a face. So I didn't want it. It was pretty, but I didn't want it because it didn't have a face. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kenny boy. Yeah, I cherish them greatly. I'm so happy to still have them with me. Oh, okay. And you know what? I wasn't a fan of Pandora bracelets. I was like an Alex and Annie one. Like I loved little bangles, that made noise. I was that girl. But the Pandora ones are really, really cute. So I was like, I always love charm bracelets. Yeah, you got to go online. You'll see what I'm talking about. Go on the Pandora website and you'll see the snowman doesn't have a face. Montrese. Yeah, that's how they get. That's how people get when they're older. It's like when the older they get, like the less they want to rest. They just want to keep going. That's like my dad. My dad walks Jack. Y'all know Jack, my fur nephew. My dad takes him to the park. My dad, you know, takes my mom out. My dad goes grocery shopping. My dad does stuff for my other sister. My dad picks up my nephew from school. Like my dad's all over the place. This man still, like, I have to tell him, like, look, you don't have to do all this. Calm down, relax. He'll be shoveling outside. Like that man is as strong as an ox, let me tell you. And he is as healthy as can be at 81. He eats well, he stays positive. He's just such a kind person. I love my dad. My dad is so cool. He's still he still tries to make me laugh with dad jokes. And it's funny because now I laugh because they're corny, but he just gets a kick out of telling me dad jokes. So that also makes me laugh. So, and y'all have seen it in action. The last video I did with my dad, I think was it around? I think it was the last that y'all saw that video when I tried to tell him a dad joke and it completely like backfired on me. So yeah. See, I told you it doesn't have a face, so I didn't want it. If it had a face, I would have gotten a snowman because y'all know I love my snowman. Thank you so much for the birthday love, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, it was the duck and the drug joke that totally backfired on me. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah. So, I mean, honestly, you guys, it's not only like, trust me, God has a lot to do with it because God has gotten me through things I couldn't get through myself. Genetics, maybe. But let me tell you, like, when you get older, being stress free starts to become one of your absolute top priorities. And I cannot stress that enough. Remaining stress free and having a positive outlook on everything, even though you know that sometimes things won't go your way, or things may not go the way that you like, or life will life you because life is going to life you as long as you're living. And there's nothing that you can do about that, but you can um, equipped yourself to handle things a lot better if you have a positive outlook on life and if you have a positive attitude. It doesn't mean that you walk around with a smile on your face acting like you're perfect and nothing's wrong. It doesn't mean that you brush things under the rug and not deal with them. It doesn't mean that you hide your truth from your loved ones. It just means that you choose to accept the things that happen, but you have a better way of dealing with them. And there was a point in time where I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. I didn't know how to deal with the things that I was dealing with, and I allowed it to take over me. And it wore on me physically, mentally, emotionally. Um, yeah, my dad is funny. I would love to go to Amsterdam. I don't know, but oh Lord, that would be an interesting trip for me and Tyrone to take, huh? Yeah. Yeah, when you're younger, you think you have all the time in the world, and that is so true. Like I used to have not one care in the world. Not that I didn't care about life or anything like that, but you're young, you got friends, you just living life, high school years, your teens, your early 20s, and when you get older, you start to really get into life. You know what I mean? Like you're out of your parents' house, you're out of school, you're working, you're dealing with relationships, you've got friends coming in and out of your life, you're meeting new people. Um, and things start to get real when you get older. Things start to get real. Thank you so much for the birthday, love. I heard Amsterdam is wild. Is that true? Yeah. The good thing though is that, there's a lot of things in my life that I wish I wouldn't have done, or maybe I would have listened to my intuition. Um, you know, a a big chunk of my life was spent in a really, really, really bad relationship. And that relationship lasted about 15 years. And that relationship, I think I was 19 into my mid, almost early 30s. And that relationship it's almost like the red flags were there, but red was my favorite color. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really wish that I would have listened to it, but I was so young. Um, you know, the relationship I was in was a lot different than what I was used to. I was used to, bad boys and things like that when I was younger. Um, but that relationship that I was in was a very dark relationship. It was toxic. It was full of trauma, lies, cheating, deceit. It was narcissistic. It was horrible, and it really did take a toll on me, um, mentally, emotionally. At one point, almost spiritually. If I wasn't spiritually grounded, it would have swallowed me whole. It really, really would have. And so it took me a long time to heal from that. Um, but now, like, when I tell you, when I look back, I sit there and ask myself, why did I let this slide? Like, I got to points where I was going through the whole shoulda, coulda, woulda. And if I shoulda, coulda, woulda, the things that I wanted to do, I would have been locked up by now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was just ridiculous. And so to say that I was in depression and I was in anxiety and I was in a dark place was is an understatement. It seriously is an understatement. Um, and it sucked the life out of me. It really, really did. I was unhealthy. At the end of the relationship afterwards, I I was literally like a walking zombie. Like, when someone passes away, there's different stages of grief. So when you're with someone for that long, even when you're married and you go through a divorce, um, you grieve letting go of that because it's almost like a part of you has died off. And I think for me, what was happening, I wasn't grieving what I lost, because now looking back, it wasn't a loss, it was a gain, because I was At the time, I thought I was being stripped away from what I thought I wanted, but I was grieving the time that I wasted. I was grieving what I should have, could have done. I was grieving the things that I knew better about that I didn't act on, if that makes sense. Um, and so, when you're with somebody for that long and your life is kind of in a routine with that person, you kind of don't know what to do after that. I mean, it's normal, you know what I mean? But after therapy, and that's why I'm such a big advocate on mental health, because stuff like that will literally tear your mind apart. Um, and I went through grief, I went through anger, I went through moments where I was just like, I can ruin this person's life even till this day, and I won't. And that's why I say, like, um, God probably was the only thing that held me together, because I had to trust and put my baggage into something that was bigger than me, because I couldn't handle it. Like, I was literally in the dark. Like, I was in the darkest place ever. I almost got back on medication for anxiety and depression, and I hadn't been on medication for years. That's how bad it was. And I said to myself, I refuse to go backwards. It's bad enough that I'm going through this. I refuse to go back on medication because of someone else, um, you know, putting this type of pain on me. So between me being surrounded by a great support system, my friends, my family, my church family, my pastors, they really helped ground me. And I was in ministry. I worked in ministry, and that helped me, being just being a part of things that were filling me back up. You know what I mean? Because it literally drained me. It literally drained me. But I said all that to say, now, are you kidding me? When I tell you that I feel like I have been revived, that's been like years now. But when I tell you, it's almost like, you water a plant and it just becomes alive again. And I can't tell you, like, for a while, I was beating myself up over the fact that I wasted all this time. And then I learned how to not do that. And even if it's not a relationship, you know what I mean? When you go through things where you feel like you knew better or you should have done something, we have a tendency of, um, putting blame on ourselves. And one piece of advice that I can give you guys is to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, not because you didn't know better, but because you're learning something the hard way. Whether you knew it or not, there's still a lesson in that. And for me, I learned a lot of lessons. I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. Um, Now looking back, I will never put myself in that position again, ever. Um, and I feel like part of me, I was just like, man, like, I wasted all this time. I could have had this, I could have done that. Now I'm at a point where I feel like, you know what, what's for me is for me. A lot of people ask me, oh, why aren't you married yet? Why don't you have kids? First of all, it's rude to ask somebody, why haven't you had a kid yet? I can't stand when people ask that, because you don't know what that person is going through when it comes to children. Like, you don't know if they are currently trying and they can't. You don't know if they have gone through miscarriages. You don't know if they just want it so bad and they know that they can't. Like, that's why I tell people, don't put yourself in a space to ask people when they're having children, because you just don't know what their story is when it comes to that. So for me at this point, um, I feel like I'm going to have kids when I'm going to have kids. I'm going to get married when I'm going to get married. Because of what I've been through in my past, at this point now, I'm just grateful that I am not in the same type of predicament that I was. I am not with the same type of person. I am in a safe relationship, a mentally safe relationship. I am in an emotionally safe relationship. I am being loved properly and safely. And to me, that means so much more to me than anything else. Because if that's not there, it's not safe for me to do anything else. If I didn't feel mentally and emotionally safe in a relationship, how can I feel safe enough to bring in another child into this world? Or how can I sit here and, give myself to someone for the rest of my life when I mentally and emotionally don't feel safe there? You know what I mean? So for me to be here now where I'm at, there is so much out there, so many people having kids whenever they feel like it. I will have kids when I want to, and I'll get married when I get married. Okay? Right now, I am happy. I am alive. I am healthy. I am doing something that I love for a living. I have my friends. I have my family. Um, I have my man. I am living every day full of laughter and craziness with Tyrone. And that is the type of life that I want to have right now. Like, I am so invested in just this happiness that I have now, and I wouldn't trade it in for the world. I really, really wouldn't. And I've learned so much of myself, even when you go, I'll say this, when you go through a period when you're in such a big relationship or a long relationship that was bad, that ended bad, it's not going to be overnight that you heal from it. It can take years. And, sometimes I had my moments where I kind of had like these spouts of things that would come up from my past. But, going through therapy and just healing from all those things taught me a lot. And I really, really grew and I healed and I learned, and I'm in such a different place. Like, I feel like I'm emotionally and mentally aging backwards, if that makes sense, because I felt worn out years ago. I felt worn out. I felt sick. I felt like a zombie. I felt like I was just kind of just flowing through life. Now I'm just grateful to just be here. You know what I mean? So that to me means more to me than anything. So if I can give you a piece of advice, give yourself grace, allow yourself to always feel whatever it is that you're feeling. If you feel like you are not in a situation that makes you happy, don't stay there. um and things will get better. You just have to want it. How bad do you want to have a happy, fulfilling, peaceful life? And you got to do what you got to do to get there. Let me see what you guys said here. Thank you for all the birthday love. um Yeah, and don't beat yourself up over things that you shoulda, coulda, woulda done. Just take it as a lesson and move forward and do better. Do better. Randall, you're very welcome. I'm glad that my videos, my motivational videos, helped you out. Um, I'm so happy. I can't, waffle cone. I can't speak for all women. For me, I feel like I probably stayed in that relationship because by the time I got to a point where I was halfway into the relationship, I felt like I couldn't leave because I felt like I couldn't get better because I didn't know better. You know what I mean? And it's not an excuse, it's just my reason. That's all I can tell you about my end, because I know what I was used to, and at the time what I had was better than what I had before him, but I part of me knew that there had to be better out there, but I didn't know what better looked like. You know what I mean? So, and by the time, I figured all that out, it was like, when I tell you, being mentally and emotionally manipulated by a narcissist, um, it's some real shit. It's some real shit. And I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. And not all men are like that. The one that I was with was. Um, and yes, there was a lot of gaslighting. There was a lot of blaming. There was a lot of manipulating emotionally. Thankfully, there was no physical abuse, but there was a lot of mental and emotional stuff. You know what I mean? And it wasn't for love. Um, yeah, and I'm not a fan of it at all. Um, yeah, and I'm telling you, like I'm so happy that I met Tyrone. I'm so happy that and in a really good way. Thank you so much, gamer girl. Thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gift, darling. Um, yeah, and and truth be told, in the beginning, Tyrone gave me some tough love, and it was different because he was so different from what I was used to, you know. Um, Definitely, Tyrone has, taught me a lot. He's helped me grow. He's helped me heal. Um, and the way that he loves me is just, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, this is already till death do us part, and he knows it. So he might come busting through here. But yeah, so I mean, and I used to feel bad about, oh my God, I want kids more than anything in this world. Forget money, forget fame, forget all that. I want my kids. I want my Snowball. For now, this is Snowball. There's a video out there of Tyrone giving me um Snowball. So one of these days y'all gonna see Snowball in real life. Snowball sits on the floor next to the one-seater in our bedroom. This is Snowball. Okay? One day I'm going to have real life Snowball. But for now, let's keep Snowball here. So for now, um, yeah, like I want two kids. I want a dog. If I have one kid, I'll be happy with that because I mean, at this point in my life, I'll be happy with just one kid. And I want to be a wife. I don't want to be single. I'm not look, I'm not one of them, okay? I want a man. I need a man. I would love to have I have a man. But it's like I want a husband. I do. I want to be married. I want to be a wife. I want to, you know, cater to my man. That's just me. And I find I'm a lot like my mom, and seeing her, seeing how my mom treats my dad and how she's done so much as a wife, as a woman, as a mother. Like I look up to her and I see a lot of myself, a lot of my mom in myself the older I get. I'm like, man, like I just want to do what she does. Um, right? Isn't Snowball cute? Yes, Tyrone is my person. He is my everything. What's up, Jose? Thank you so much. When I tell y'all, let me tell you something. Um, some people, it takes longer than others to be in a really safe mental place. I I went through anxiety for many, many years. I don't know if I told you guys this, but my anxiety actually started while I was in my sleep. I don't even know how that happened. I woke up and the room was spinning, my heart was racing. I thought I was having a heart attack. And, ever since then, it was like, I think at that time, everything was kind of just hitting me. Like I was working like a stressful job. I was in a new relationship, which was the same relationship that I was talking about. Um, and things were to happen. It was almost like I was always in fear. Like it's just no way to live. Having anxiety to me at this point now that I have conquered anxiety to where if you're dealing with anxiety, one thing I will tell you, do not own it. You know how some people walk around and say, oh, because you have something, you say, oh, my pain, my anxiety, my depression. Words carry a lot of power. So when you say my anxiety or my depression or my this or my that, especially when it's connecting to something that's negative like that, you are owning it, which means that you are carrying it with you. Don't own that. Do not own depression. Do not own anxiety. Do not own inflammation. Do not own pain. Don't own any of that because you shouldn't live with it. It's not something that should be carried with you on your daily life. Do what you have to do to not feel that way, but don't own it. I've learned that words have a lot of power. And so when you are saying my anxiety, you're giving that anxiety authority over you. Don't do that. I told you, don't do it. Um, Listen, how do you get over depression and anxiety with no support system? A lot of people, um, I would say, no support system, meaning like you have no one to talk to, you have no family, no friends, or no support system, like they don't know that you're going through depression and anxiety. Because at the end of the day, whether you have a support system or not, you still have to do the work because this is your life. You have to want to conquer anxiety. You have to want to conquer depression. It's easier said than done. Um, it is not easy. I suffered from anxiety for over a decade. I've been on meds. I've been on Zoloft, Xanax, antidepressants, Ambien. I've been on it all. Um, and it's when you get to a point where you are mentally strong enough to say, this is not how I want to live and this isn't how I should be living. And I know that there's more for me on the other side of this. You start to gain momentum in the fight to get to the other side of that, whether you have a support system or not. It's harder when you don't have a support system because you want to have people who back you and who push you. But at the end of the day, they can't do it for you. You have to want this for yourself. John C. Yep, and you don't have to, but that's why I'm telling you, like, um, there is a lot. I would say, um, if you haven't already, or you know, whether you have or not, some of the things that have helped me, and it can help a lot of people, is um, therapy. I'm very big on journaling. I know I say that, and people are like, "Oh, I hate writing," but when I tell you, like, literally, writing releases energy, and there is power in that as well as speaking it. So when you put yourself in a space to want to heal from certain things, you will find a way to get through it, whether you have a support system or not. Um, but yeah, so I mean, and my journey wasn't easy, but I am here now, y'all. I'm here now. So let's switch it up. I am still playing Spider-Man 2. Still playing Spider-Man 2. So I am at the point now where Peter Parker's Spider-Man has released the doctor from the lizard, and him and Venom don't want to let each other go. And I'm just like, oh, oh, he sounds evil. He sounds bad. I can't wait to get on my next stream. I'm gonna try to play tonight. I was thinking about going to the movies tonight. Not sure, but y'all, this game is getting crazy. I know it's probably taken me a little while. Um, I have been feeling great lately. Um, yeah, I've been a little anxious lately. Not gonna go into detail, but I definitely had a health scare recently, and I'm glad and it's safe to say that I am fine. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back to my gaming for sure because I definitely want to see what happens now. Like Peter Parker's Spider-Man sounds really mean. He sounds mean, and I don't know what's about to happen, but oh, hello. Hello from Italy. Do you know that Italy is on my bucket list? I actually have always said that I wanted to go to Italy for my honeymoon when I get married. Yeah. So, my favorite scene from Spider-Man 2 so far, probably one of the times so far is when Peter Parker got the venom in him. Like when he caught the venom, that's probably one of my favorite parts. Um, what else? I'm trying to think because there's so much that has happened. Um, that's probably has been my favorite part. That was actually pretty cool, and him just kind of seeing how he transforms and how he uses the Venom suit and stuff is pretty cool. Thank you so much. Listen, my web slinging. There's a lot that I got to get used to, y'all. But I'm so glad. Listen, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm so glad that you guys are watching me progress in this gaming because I am not a professional. I haven't been doing this for decades or anything like that. Y'all know my story. The last gaming system I touched was a Nintendo 64. So I've only been playing a PlayStation for the last 3 years maybe. Um but just getting a handle on all these games and stuff like that, and the way like Spider-Man is the first like game that I've played like that where it's a lot to remember, a lot of moves to do, like fighting moves and stuff like that. I mean, the last thing that I played like that was probably on like a Super Nintendo playing like Street Fighter back in the day, and that wasn't even much at all. But I've been trying to progress, I've been learning. um Comic book prodigy, thank you so much for the birthday tip. Um, yeah, so I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro. Y'all see, I have been trying to pick things up here and there and learning, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it. What I need to get a handle on is the web wings. Yeah, I definitely skipped over that little area there. Um Oh my gosh, you remember that? Yes, I used to have to always look at the controller when I was doing stuff. Now, though, let me tell you, with this, it's a lot to remember. Like the moves and the stuff like that, all the prompts that you have to use, it's a lot to remember, but I'm learning. I'm definitely learning. I'm definitely learning. Yep. Yeah. So after I finish Spider-Man 2, I am definitely planning on jumping on the Gotham series because I heard that that's probably like one of the best things out there. Um, is the Arkham series games. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hmm. Yep. Really cute. So I don't have much to say about this, but did any of you guys go see the Marvels? I don't have a favorite DC character. Probably just Batman. I mean, you know what's funny? And I told Tyrone this one day. My little sister, she had a phase where she was like obsessed with Batman. I don't know why or where it came from. She had PJs, she had like little underwears, like everything was Batman. I didn't understand it. She grew out of it. But yep. You skipped the Marvels because it was a boring villain. Yeah, the villain in the Marvels, she didn't do anything for me. She really didn't. Now Superman's pretty cool. Yeah, like Superman, Batman, Harley Quinn is cool. Yeah, so for me, I don't know. I guess I can talk about it now, but Wonder Woman, yeah, Wonder Woman's my girl. That's definitely my girl. Thank you so much, Wolfpack. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so like I said in my review for the movie, the movie itself wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It was done very well. It just, I don't know. Like, I guess it wasn't just, I don't know. It just wasn't doing it for me. And the villain was not intimidating enough for me. Um, there was one time, the part that threw me off was the singing part in the movie. I almost felt like at that point it wasn't even a Marvel movie anymore. It was a musical or something. Like it was just really strange. It stood out. I was like, oh, this is different. It was just strange. I don't know. But I mean, they did great as, you know, as they were. You know what would be cool? Me and Tyrone were talking about this the other day. We mentioned it. If Thanos had his own movie, do y'all think that that would work? We don't have a Thanos movie. I think that would be pretty damn cool. I think having a Thanos movie would be cool if it is done properly. You know what I mean? If it's done properly. Yeah, something like that. Because we obviously know what happened to him. But with all this talk about the uh the new movies coming out and everything and people possibly coming back and stuff like that, like we should get a Thanos Origins movie. Why not? Young Thanos was going to be in Eternals, really? I didn't hear about that. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. Yeah, and that's the thing. If they do something like you're gonna have to like if they come out with like a Thanos movie, that's gonna have to be Thanos out. Like the way that we love Thanos and the hardness and the the savagery of him, that's how it's gonna have to be. They can't mess it up, you know? Yeah, Wonder Woman 3 would have been pretty cool because I do enjoy those movies. I don't know. And y'all know me, I don't talk about stuff like this. I don't get into the politics of, you know, the productions and the directors and things like that. I look at things as a fan, and I just personally just feel like you need to do what's good for the business, but you also need to do, and you need to listen to the fans. The fans is what makes your money. And so, what we say has to matter to some capacity. You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to like a lot of the Pixar movies. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the Infinity Wars kind of like that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean like strictly like Thanos' story, like something that just, you know what I mean? Like they got the Hulk stuff out, you know what I mean? But I think a Thanos movie would be pretty damn cool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen. This movie, the what is it? The Avengers Secret Wars. Just hearing that they might bring back people that may have been gone, lost, whatever. I'm telling y'all, if I see Black Widow cross that screen, I'm going to lose it because I cried when she died in the movie. I did. And I cried with Iron Man, and they need to bring all of them back some way, somehow. They just need to bring her back too. They're gonna bring Iron Man back. If they're gonna bring Cat back, they gotta bring Black Widow back. They just have to. It can't be no other. No, I want to see Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow back. Yep. So yeah, how do y'all feel about the Aquaman movie coming out? Y'all gonna go see it? I'm like, I want to go see it because I like Aquaman. I think it was a pretty good movie. But I don't know, like, sometimes you see trailers and you're like, oh, I don't know. But then the movie turns out to be really, really good. But then other times you see trailers and you think the movie's going to be really good and it's actually not. You know what I mean? That's why I always go into things with an open mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So much. My dog is quiet. My dog doesn't say anything. Yeah, I want to see how it plays out too. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's one of those things where you gotta go see it to really gotta get a feel for it and see what's gonna happen. Yeah, I didn't. Thank you so much, Wolfpack. Yeah, I do have interest in playing scary games, of course. Nothing too crazy though, but um I do want to get back into playing scary games. I think maybe after I play the Arkham series, I'll get back into a scary game. I'm not sure which one. I tell you what I am looking forward to though, Little Nightmares 3. I really wish they'd hurry up and bump it up and not we don't have to wait till next year, but um I mean, that's not scary, scary. But like I don't want to play. Like I've done jump scare compilation reactions, and I've seen people playing some. I mean, I've gotten scared watching these jump scares myself, and I'm like, ain't no way I'm playing that. There's certain games that I'm just like, no, no, thank you. But I haven't heard too many scary games coming out, unless there's some coming out for PC that's not on gaming consoles yet. The Christmas child. Oh, I'm so glad that you are doing well. I'm glad that you are still here. I pray that you continue to do well with your battle of leukemia. Hopefully, the end of your battle means that it's no longer present. But I'm so glad that we were able to help you with that. 4 years free. Wow. Congratulations. Murder Soul Suspect? No, I've never heard of that game before. Never heard of that game before. But, you know, once I'm done with the Arkham series, I'll definitely ask you guys what you guys would want to watch me play. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm so glad that you overcame it. I pray that you continue to stay healthy. That's it. Well, you are a walking testimony for sure. Oh yeah, the Little Nightmares. Let me tell y'all, that game was addicting. Addicting. Yeah. Here he is. So have y'all seen the video of me sitting on the darn saddle at Texas Roadhouse? For those of you who are just coming in. Yeah, I've had a lot of those.
7:10 and 8:00.
How long is it?
That's what
I'm talking
said.
about a movie, y'all.
That's what she
I'm
said.
talking about a movie.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Talking about a movie. That was just such bad timing for me to say that.
2.5.
That's for Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind unless it's up to you.
Come on now, man.
Oh, instead of going to the 8 o'clock one?
I mean, I don't.
I'm trying to figure out what to watch, y'all. Trying to figure out what we're going to do. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, I think so.
Nah.
All right, well, let's
all right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna end the stream now because we're about to head off to the movies. What we're gonna go see the Hunger Games. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate all the birthday love. Appreciate you guys for coming in and joining me on the stream. I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Appreciate all of y'all. And I'll see you guys soon. Toodles.